almost the best-selling computer game ever created versus the game that stole the hearts of gamers at the beginning of this century. CJ's story is one of the best remembered in the GTA series, but unfortunately also the least appreciated in my opinion. Due to the satirical elements that appear from time to time, the vast majority of players do not notice how complex it all is.
Hey yo, when I come through, open the place, you don't want me to come with it.
That
it's
shit
like
sucks!
But we will talk about it later. On the other hand, the stories of 3 different characters constantly intertwine in different stages of the game. An extremely good choice, but unfortunately, it has its shortcomings. Getting down to the point, I'll try to compare these games as objectively as possible to see which one is better. I'll try to put aside my great sympathy for GTA San Andreas and make a kind of confrontation of these 2 parts in different categories, of course awarding them points for winning a given category. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First, let's take a look at the main characters. This is where the difficulties start from the very beginning. Both concepts, that is, a story from the perspective of one protagonist and a story from the perspective of 3 protagonists, are great ideas. The advantage of San Andreas is that it's very easy to establish a bond with CJ, gain powerful empathy, and fully immerse ourselves in his shoes and the events taking place. However, GTA 5's storyline is great from a purely gameplay perspective. It's just that moments that require switching between all the characters make us more aware of the entire action. We often have 3 different perspectives on events taking place, and the missions themselves became even more dynamic. A typical example of something at the cost of something else. Yes, it's harder to get into the story and harder to relate to the characters, but it's much easier to completely absorb yourself in completing a given task. By the way, I think that this mechanic clearly showed Rockstar that it's necessary to invest funds in GTA Online, because players simply like this solution. Cooperation for players is fun, just like watching the action from different perspectives, which allows you to understand everything better. In turn, the fact that the gameplay is more dynamic and engaging means that we spend even more time in the game. To sum up, we have a draw here. Both ideas for presenting the story are great, but both have drawbacks. Let me know what you think, but in my opinion, a draw in this aspect does not harm either of these games. The verdict will be completely different in the case of the category, storyline, and characters. Here, in my opinion, GTA San Andreas wins. To be clear, of course, the story in GTA 5 is the game's strong point. The story seems to be quite well organized, and unlike GTA San Andreas, it also seems to be devoid of so many errors. In other words, at first glance in GTA 5, we simply won't find so many moments when we think, hey, something isn't right here. A good example here would be Sweet, who steals, kills, and doesn't mind prostitution and racketeering, but for some reason doesn't want to get into the crack trade, which, moreover, could effectively restore the glory of his gang, on which he depends so much. From the point of view, especially of an average player in terms of insight, it's a total abstraction, something completely incomprehensible. However, apart from such nuances, it's difficult to blame anything. In GTA 5, the entire story is pretty much devoted to Michael DeSanta's betrayal, which we witness in the prologue. As the story progresses, more and more things about this whole action come to light. Somewhere along the way, we play the role of Franklin, who's trying to get out of the ghetto. Somewhere along the way, we also have an FIB thread related to Michael's connections with Dave, which also result from Michael's betrayal from the prologue. And somewhere in there, we also have the thread of Trevor's business, which he happily runs outside the city. However, all these are only very episodic threads. In turn, in GTA San Andreas, the plot is a work of art. Here, of course, we also have one main plot, which is the one related to Big Smoke's betrayal and Frank Tenpenny. But at some point in San Fierro or Las Venturas, CJ becomes so focused on how to make a better living that we forget a little about unpleasant events in Los Santos. We're captivated by the rural atmosphere and the robber lifestyle during the stage in Angel Pine. We run a car business in San Fierro, and we work for a casino in Las Venturas, which we own together with Woozy and Ron Fa Lee. You can get completely absorbed in it all, and what's more, it also happens in the main character's head to the point that he no longer wants revenge on Big Smoke or Tenpenny. When CJ's brother leaves prison, it's clear that CJ just wants to take care of him and abandon the gangsta life and all plans of revenge. CJ only wants to ensure a better life for the family, and no one from his family is in danger anymore. When it comes strictly to the characters, yes, GTA 5 could do better here, but considering how well the characters are presented in San Andreas, we can give GTA 5 a draw at most. Well, the characters we meet in San Andreas are designed perfectly. Cesar Villapando, Catalina, Woozy, The Truth, Tenpenny, Big Smoke, Ryder, and Mike Torino. These are characters who have a masterful background and who bring a lot to the game.
Damn, man, there must be 2 tons of that stuff back there.
3.
The story of the Varios Los Aztecas, led by Caesar, conspiracy theories from The Truth, or mysterious task from Torino. This is all pure gold. And although GTA 5's characters lack nothing, giving a draw works too much against San Andreas. Therefore, in this category, San Andreas wins and receives 2 points, while GTA 5 receives 0.5 points. And now, for the sake of diversity in this episode, we will completely deviate from the topic and compare the graphics and physics of both games. Actually, we'll just give the point to GTA 5. This is not surprising, considering how much progress in technology occurred between 2004 and 2013. It should also be added that the GTA 5 we have available now is a completely different GTA 5 than the one released in 2013. The game has changed dramatically. There's no point in comparing the GTA 5 with the San Andreas remaster because, in some places, it would fail even more than the original. To make a long story short, 2 points for GTA 5. Let's move on to the point related to the map and the presented game world overall. I just want to emphasize that I would not like to be guided by size, as it's not as important as it may seem. The city in GTA 5 has a lot of charm. It looks great at night. The sunset and sunrise observed in non-urban areas make a great impression. But in this matter, to be objective, you cannot be guided by graphics. After all, it was mentioned in the previous point. It would be worth taking a closer look at things like diversity and atmosphere. When you approach the topic this way, it's hard not to give San Andreas a point. Well, we have 3 big cities. In addition, there's a huge rural area and a huge desert. The events of the game are perfectly matched to the terrain we travel through. Even if we don't like one of the areas, we know that after some time, we will have to leave it anyway. In GTA 5, we only have one city. After a long time in the game, it will inevitably start to become a bit boring. The developers did not make any DLC with an additional location. There were rumors about Liberty City, but they were quickly left off. Therefore, although the areas of GTA 5 are made with due care, they hide many secrets, and some places can be downright enchanting. GTA 5 simply loses. If we imagine that GTA San Andreas would also have been created in 2013, and therefore the locations would be larger and more refined, and would also look better graphically due to better technology, then GTA 5 would not have any problems being on top in this category. To sum up, more cities, a great atmosphere, and perfect matching of the storyline and types of tasks to each location. 2 points go to GTA San Andreas. By the way, it's worth adding that I was going to do the same with the music, which I think is also better in GTA San Andreas. Radio stations are designed in such a way that when you're in a specific place on the map, you can select a specific station. When playing in Los Santos, we play Radio Los Santos, while in rural areas, we turn it on K-Rose, and when playing in the desert, we will turn on KDST. In turn, while walking down the streets of San Fierro, we'll listen to SFUR to fall even deeper into a trance, which will help us experience the psychedelic atmosphere of this city even better. In GTA 5, we can also adjust the radio stations to suit a given stage of the game, but the songs are much less catchy. After playing through the game, we won't say that the music was bad, but at the same time, it wouldn't even occur to us to instantly include it in the category of the biggest advantages of this game. But finally, since music is a very individual matter, I decided to give it a draw. Next, we will move on to the side activities and possibilities of the game world. In both games, this aspect is handled very well. In GTA San Andreas, we can paint over the tags of enemy gangs, photograph iconic spots in San Fierro, collect various items such as horseshoes or oysters, or perform crazy stunts in different places. Furthermore, we can perform burglary missions, pimping, vigilante, paramedic, and taxi driver, become a firefighter or a courier, improve our motorcycle and car driving skills, or learn how to fly planes. We can also take part in many races, invite our girlfriends on dates, and complete various challenges such as those at stadiums and take on jobs such as parking valet, train driver, or truck driver. There's a lot of it, and everything is perfectly complemented by businesses such as a car showroom, a casino, or an electronics store. In short, there's no shortage of fun in this game after completing the main story. We also have great options for personalizing the main character. Clothes, hairstyles, tattoos, apartments, and houses. What else do you need? Everything is fine. We could give a point to San Andreas and probably no one would be angry. But when we look at GTA 5, we can get the impression that this game does it even better. In GTA 5, we can go out with friends for various activities, such as strip clubs, tennis, golf, or darts. We can play stockbroker, play with Franklin's dog, and buy various cool things on the internet, such as some badass trucks. Between missions, while wandering the city streets, we meet many strangers and weirdos who have various quests. We can jump with a parachute and take part in races. The protagonist of GTA 5 can also buy various businesses or go to a specific place to compete in a triathlon. There are also plenty of options for character customization. With all my love for GTA San Andreas, even though the side activities there are brilliant for me, I think that 2 points should go to GTA 5. However, since San Andreas is not far behind and holds up very well in this aspect close to the opponent, this part deserves a point too. GTA 5 also has an advantage in the weapons and vehicles category. Although GTA San Andreas has very interesting weapons and tools, such as a guidance rocket launcher, thermal vision goggles, or a katana, in GTA 5, there are not only more weapons, but also a lot of options to adapt them to our preferences. The same goes for different vehicles. Again, it would be fair to say that GTA San Andreas did great in this regard. This game features many different vehicles, both land, flying, and also in water. However, in GTA 5, we had even more of all this. By the way, even the car customization in GTA 5 is also at a higher level. So definitely 2 points in this category go to GTA 5. GTA 5 unfortunately also outclasses the good old GTA San Andreas in terms of multiplayer mode. Although GTA San Andreas was created with fan-made multiplayer, its capabilities are nothing compared to the multiplayer created by Rockstar itself in GTA 5. Although GTA Online destroyed the developers' approach to the GTA series, in my opinion, it gathered millions of players. I even know a few people who never really liked playing GTA until GTA Online came on the horizon. The multiplayer mode fascinated them so much that these people also reached for a single campaign and even other parts of the franchise. So the point goes to GTA 5 again. The next category that came to my mind almost immediately were curiosities and myths. However, we won't stay here for long because the points go to both games. Curiosities and myths are one of the most important features of this franchise. The creators took great care of this from the very beginning and did not forget to take care of it both in GTA San Andreas and GTA 5. So, 1 point for both games. And finally, immersion. Or let's call it the game's ability to completely detach the player from reality. Something that makes the player feel as if he's actually in the game. Here, unfortunately for me, I have to give GTA 5 another point. This game simply makes sure at every step that the player doesn't even think about pressing the quit game option. Random events, animals jumping out during forest escapades, heavy traffic, and much better operation of various services such as the police and ambulance. The developers even thought about implementing an option in which the medic arriving at the injured person cannot save him and declare him dead. During a police shooting, a police officer may try to save his shot colleague by moving his body to a safe place. So, as you might have already guessed, another point for GTA 5. As you can see, in the end, GTA 5 wins with a score of 11.5 to 8. Yes, it is a bit sad for me because despite what the comparison shows, I still like GTA San Andreas much more. Nevertheless, this was to be expected. GTA 5 is a much newer game that was created in times when technology has developed significantly compared to 2004. Old GTA San Andreas fans can be happy with this result because it clearly shows how good the 2004 part was, that in many respects it keeps pace with so many younger productions. I'm waiting for your opinion in the comments, and I encourage you to watch episodes about other parts of GTA, especially the video about how much people who haven't played GTA Vice City Stories are missing out on. In the meantime, take care and see you soon.